Hey my two-wheeled friends, out here on the Honda Shadow 750 today, and I was talking to my wife a little bit about her interest in learning to ride motorcycle, and I wish I would add the GoPro on, but I had her swing her leg over and she started kind of asking me what some of these these controls are, what the levers are, and I kind of went through it in like a 2-minute little nutshell with her, and I thought, you know what, maybe I should just go out and make a short little video about what some of these controls do. So as you can hear, I do have the bike running, shows it's in neutral. So to kind of get ourselves familiar with this particular motorcycle, we have our on-off kill switch here. So currently it's down because it's running. Starter. Got the horn, got left and right turn signals here. So you have to turn. They're not self-canceling, so you do have to push in to reset. And then you got high and low beam. Pretty simple bike. It's a 2007. On the side here it does have the petcock for the fuel and the choke. So to cold start it, you do have to pull this out to start. As the bike warms up, that goes in. It's in all the way right now because the bike is warm. Down below we have our clutch lever. So currently it's in neutral, so it's in its resting state. You got to pull the clutch into shift, but you got one down for first gear. Half a click up is neutral, and then as you click up, you'll go second, third, fourth, and fifth. And some motorcycles have 6 gears. So we're going to leave it in neutral right now. This is your clutch lever. This is your front brake. And this is your rear brake. So your front brake is at least 70% of your stopping power. It's going to get the job done the most. Just got to be gentle with that as well too. You don't want to just slam on that front brake. You want the momentum of the bike to be going forward before you completely squeeze that lever in. This is your brake fluid. Don't need to worry too much about that right now. But that's kind of your general controls. You know, every bike's going to be a little different, but for the most part, most are going to be kind of set up similar to how this one is. Some will have more features and all that too. But so first of all, you want to kind of mount the motorcycle like I am and feel the balance. You know, as you can see, I'm not using my hands, but if you're not comfortable with the bike, you do want to keep your hands on the bars. And maybe I should just demonstrate the best way to get on the motorcycle. So to get on, you want to reach across, grab that front brake, and then you're going to swing your leg over, and as you sit down, continue to squeeze that brake, but pull the bike up to you. Flip that kickstand up, and then what you can do, let go of that front brake and just feel the weight of the bike. And depending on if you're uphill or downhill, I got a slightly uphill, but you can even kind of walk the bike with your feet just to kind of feel what it's like. And you can do this with the motorcycle off too, but so once you get familiar with the weight of the bike, and do this all on your terms, you know, take it at your own pace. Everybody learns at a little different pace here, but then you're going to want to start playing with the clutch and first gear in what's known as the friction zone. So to shift into the first gear, you're going to pull this left lever all the way in, push down, and you can feel that click and you can hear that click. That's first gear. That neutral light is now off. So when you let go of this clutch, the motorcycle is going to want to start to go. And now I'm not going to give it any gas, and I'm just going to slowly let this clutch go and see how we're moving. I'm just ever so slightly letting this clutch out. So now that's all the way in. It's disengaged. But the minute you start letting it go, the motorcycle is going to start moving. See, now we're moving a little, and you can hear the engine kind of bogging. So that's finding the friction zone. You want to kind of learn how far this comes out right there before it starts engaging. You kind of want to learn where that's at. That's really important. So then you got your throttle here. When you squeeze this back, this is your go stick, your go-go. Oop, and I don't know what I did there. All right, so let's just restart. I'm in first gear, so we want to click. I'm in neutral. I still pull the clutch lever in even though I'm in neutral. This is on. You hold that till it starts, and you can let go of the clutch because we're in neutral. So that's what happens if you don't give it enough gas too. Not quite sure why that happened, but anyways, this is your go stick. Nope, not. You know, I'm on a carbureted bike, so it's probably part of it. All right, so let's go back to the friction zone. Neutral, friction zone, and I'm going to give it a little bit of gas. I'm going to roll on the gas. Hear that? It's finding the friction zone, and just walk the bike. Just walk the bike. If you ever get scared or worried about, you know, you're going too fast or losing control, just squeeze that clutch in. The bike will stop. It's going to stop. If you're ever in a panic, just pull that clutch in. Okay, so just kind of giving it throttle, slowly letting that out. And when you're ready, you kind of find that friction zone. You can go a little faster, and then you put your feet up and you let go of the clutch. You give it a little throttle, and you're in first gear. We'll talk about cornering in another video, so don't mind this part at all. So now you're probably wondering, okay, I'm moving, I'm rolling around, my feet are up here. What am I supposed to do with my feet? How am I going to stop? Well, to stop, you just reverse that. You squeeze in the clutch. You give it a little front brake. At this low speed, it's not going to take much. So front brake's in. I used a little bit of rear brake. You want to get in the habit of using both brakes. But I'm squeezing the clutch in because I'm still in first. You go down, half a click up, neutral light come on, and you can let go. And then just repeat. Clutch in, first gear. I got both feet down just to kind of show you. Hopefully the camera's showing this and not just the gas tank. But see, I got my feet out a little, and I'm almost holding the bike in place. It wants to go. You can hear it. So then all you got to do is let go, give it a little gas, put your feet up, and you're rolling. This is one of the main things that when I first started riding that I was worried about. I was worried about, like, oh, how do I get the motorcycle going? How do I stop it? You know, that was my number one worry. So just kind of having that conversation with my wife today made me kind of think of this as to, you know, people are probably wondering how to go. So see, I got the clutch pulled in, I'm slowing down. But little front and rear brake, stopped. Alright, so once you get comfortable with first gear, you can kind of hear, this bike doesn't have a tachometer, but you can kind of hear when the bike is ready to shift. And I don't know if I have enough parking lot here to shift, but we're going to see what I can do here, if I can find somewhere to get into second gear, and I'll show you guys how to shift. Okay, so friction zone. Oh, and one other thing you can do, you can just kind of let the bike go and rock back. Let it go out, rock back. Let it go, rock back. And when you're at stoplights, you can practice this a little too, and especially if you get a different bike. But all right, so feet are flat on the ground, giving it a little bit of throttle, because otherwise I know this is going to die. So here's what happens if you don't give it any gas. You're in gear and you let go of the clutch. Okay, the bike is gonna lunge. Okay, so the bike lunges forward, and if you're not ready for it, you could drop the bike. Okay, it just kills it. Okay, so practice safe habit. Neutral, clutch in, restart. Okay, first gear, little bit of throttle, slowly releasing the clutch, feet up, giving it a little throttle, clutch in, lift up, shift. That's second gear. Okay, now we got to stop. A little bit of front, or a little bit of rear brake, front brake, shift down. You're in first. You always want to shift down when you're coming up to a stop sign. Look straight ahead, don't look down. Always keep your head level with the horizon. Ideally, you want to keep your foot on that rear brake so the people behind you know you're stopped or stopping. And then, you know, until you learn your balance, you might not be comfortable with that. But then you're at the stoplight, got your blinker on, and it's time to go. You release out, get your feet up, away you go. First gear, clutch in, pull up, second gear. I've never been back here before. Look where you want to go. And we're in second gear. We're just kind of rolling in second gear. Look through the turn, look where you want to go. We'll do this in another video, so don't worry too much. Clutch in, third gear. And this is about the fastest I want to go through this parking lot. Okay, third gear, coming up to the stop sign. Clutch in, down to second. You kind of want to match the RPMs. Clutch in, first gear, using that front, and you know the majority of it is front brake, a little bit of rear brake. Release that clutch, and you're on your own, you know. Clutch in, up, second gear. Clutch in, third gear. Clutch in, second gear. All right. Hopefully that helps you guys. I'm not a professional by any means. I'm just a guy who likes motorcycles. I like all things motorcycles, all brands, all makes, as long as it has two wheels, even the three-wheel trikes. So I'm not a professional, but I just want to help teach you guys. You know, if anything, my wife's going to watch us, and hopefully it teaches her a little bit. And any new riders out there, I hope it encourages you guys. If you got some value out of this, click that thumbs up button down there for me. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. And click that bell icon so you receive future notifications when I upload next. I plan to do kind of a series of learning to ride. And I do a lot of different videos. I have two motorcycles. This is a 2007 Honda Shadow Spirit 750. This is the bike I learned on. So this is a perfect bike to teach you guys on. And I also have a 2007 Road King Classic. And I do a lot of various videos with those. Plan to do some mod and install videos as time progresses, and a lot of different various videos. So thanks for watching today. Again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, we will see you guys later. Bye-bye.